Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast. This is the show that takes a look behind the public facades of famous icons to show you why you can never take anything at face value. Yeah! My name is Cooper, and I am joined, as always, by Joel Benner.
Iconoblast! We put the past on blast! Hit them with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast!
First episode of 2023. Well, technically second episode because we did the bonus episode.
Sort of.
Bedtime stories about the space plumber. But
yeah,
great episode.
What a great episode, right? Like, fantastic story, fantastic,
it had thrills,
true story.
It had chills, it had sex, there was death, action and excitement,
violence,
hookers, drugs,
rockets, space,
feces.
Glenn McAllister was in it.
Science, all the best things in life. Nipples.
Animal crackers in vaginas.
Michael Bay could only dream of making a movie that good.
It's the best. Who was hotter?
Russian hooker.
Who was hotter? The hot mission commander or the Russian hooker?
Do I have to choose?
Which one? You would fuck her before the hot mission commander?
That's exactly my type.
She's been around. She's a Russian hooker.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter now. They're together now. They're probably married. And they're probly old. I think that was in the 90s, so they're probably...
Old, fast, and loose. That's how I like my ladies.
That's true.
So this is kind of a warm-up episode for the year since we just went through a long holiday break. We've both been up to a lot of new and exciting things. Mm-hmm. Kind of getting back into the swing of things. I think this is the longest that we've gone without recording an episode. I feel like a little rusty and out of practice.
That was a long time, yeah. Yeah, that was a long time, 2 weeks.
But what we're going to do for this episode is we're going to go back and remember all the good times from 2022. And God damn it, they were few and far between.
Oh my God. 2022 recap.
Yeah. Well, if you have if you have any better ideas, I'm open to a pitch.
I'm disappointed, to be honest. We could have talked about, like, fucking Caesar again. We could have talked about anything besides what everyone else does.
What do you expect us to...
following the trends to make money. That's what we've become. We're 2 years in, and now we're just
trailblazers,
doing the same shit everybody else does.
We're like corn. We started off angsty and passionate. Now we've made all this money, and we're comfortable, and we're just phoning it in.
We should have done, like, we should be doing, like, an Easter episode right now.
Well, I don't think it's Easter.
Or what's, like, the opposite of New Year's? Like, we should do an episode on cops.
No, I was going to say the opposite of New Year's would be the summer solstice, but, I mean, summer solstice is really the opposite of Christmas or the winter solstice.
Dude, we haven't done an episode on anything from the past in a long time now.
We were talking about space. That's literally the oldest thing in the universe.
That's the future.
Well, yeah, space is the future, but it's been around for a long time.
But it is also the past.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, just blew your noodle there, huh? Not in the usual way.
Yeah.
So out of all
I am writing an episode about a castle.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
So that'll maybe be the next episode or maybe the episode after that. But yeah.
You got to go visit it in person.
I already talked too much about my Prague adventure on the last episode, but I did set foot in a castle, and it was so fucking sweet because there's no fucking castles in America. There's nothing old in America.
I mean, there's Hearst Castle, but that was built by an asshole.
No, that's not even a real castle. These castles are real castles, and they have castle walls and moats and shit. So I was walking around this castle and was like, fuck, what the fuck? Why is this castle here? And then I started looking up why there's a castle, and I found some cool shit. So I'm writing an episode about a castle, kind of similar to the Samuel Czar episode. You know, when I was in Macedonia last year, I was at a castle, and that's what spawned the Samuel Czar episode about the only human in human history to have a bacula.
Maybe you just need to move into a castle. You'd be hit with inspiration like 24/7.
I love castles.
They're pretty cool. I've never got to see a castle in real life before.
My wife hates it. The whole time I was there, I was like, take me to a fucking castle. And she was like,
Well,
fuck,
yeah,
they're stupid and boring.
if you grow up next to Disneyland, Disneyland is stupid and boring. But if you're from the Midwest, that's like the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, and they are cool. They're like actually cool.
I think so. I'd like to see one at some point.
I was in a castle, and there was a church in the center that was like fucking 5 billion years old. And I got to walk inside of it. I even did the crisscross will make you jump Catholic thing when I walked in.
You
know, the Holy Ghost and the Mary.
You wore
Mary's
your pants
fucking
backwards?
Virgin Spirit. Yeah.
I don't think that has anything to do with crisscross.
It did to me.
Well,
I made a
crisscross will
prayer
make you
too.
jump.
I had never been in a, I think it got rebuilt in the 1400s or the 1600s. So it's like fucking 800-year-old church. I can't do math, but I prayed for real in it. I sat down and it felt old and it was fucking freezing. Like outside when you were breathing, nothing. In the church, no joke, it was colder inside than outside. And
Really?
outside it was probably 55 degrees. Inside when I breathed, there was smoke coming out of my fucking mouth. It was like 30 degrees in there. It was
Oh
awesome.
shit, that's weird.
Yeah. I mean, we were there early, so I think like it got cold overnight and then it got warmer. So inside was colder than outside, but probably at night it's warmer in the church than outside.
So it's kind of like a cave. It's just maintaining a year-round temperature.
Yeah.
Well,
Great stuff.
When you look back,
Great
When you
stuff.
look back at 2022, what are some of the fondest moments that you have in relation to the show, or in relation to the Tetherball Academy Network? Any of the nice work events or episodes or anything like that?
I mean, I don't know if it's our best episode, but it probably is. My favorite episode was episode 100 for sure. That's like the most fun I've had. Like, not even just on the show, just in general, hanging with Jesse and Jack and just reenacting all that shit.
The Great American Bender. That episode was a ton of fun. I want to do something else like that soon. Bring Jesse and Jack back in.
The prep for that too was super fun because we wrote that together in the same room, like trading back and forth on parts and stuff. So like, it was like we had sex through text. And it felt like the old days when we were
sexting,
teenagers.
if you will. Yeah. Well, I know the first like big crazy moment in 2022 for me was the Super Bowl party and the Hard AF launch party.
Oh, was that was this year or last year?
Yeah,
see, I'm so bad with time, and I don't know what is what. But yeah, that was a great day.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We got to meet. We met a ton of people from the whole.
Davey was
community.
the biggest impression on that day.
Oh, Davey made the biggest
of
splash out of everyone.
He was just bringing me shots the whole fucking day. And I dropped a camera that day. I dropped the fucking camera. I haven't dropped
you did?
I've dropped that was the first like I've set a camera down and it fell before. One time I set like the first camera I ever bought with my own money, I set on the roof of my car and I drove away and it fell off onto the ground, but it survived and it still worked. Yeah, on that day I was walking with the camera in my hand and it bumped the little like barricade between the stage and the audience. I barely bumped it and it was just the right exact angle. I just dropped it straight to the ground. Luckily my arm was fully extended downward, so it only fell like 3 feet or something. And it was fine. But yeah, I dropped a camera that day. Davey got me fucked up. We went to an after bar after that. Fucking everybody was shit faced. Bill was there. We met like, I don't know, 10 listeners. Bill, Davey, fucking
Holly,
what's her name?
Charlie,
Megan, Holly, Charlie.
Megan, Beth and Greg from The Bar Is Open with Beth and Greg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good old Ray.
Ray was there.
That was the first time we got to meet him. Hung out with him. Hung out with him again since then. He's a lot of fun to hang out with.
He still holds the
shout out to
record,
Ray.
dude. 13 seltzers. Hasn't been beat.
I don't I
I
don't
told
know
you about
how
the
he
guy that
did
came
that.
to try to beat the record. Did I talk about that
I
on
don't
the
know
show
if you
yet?
did. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
dude, this guy came in huge, probably 300 pounds. Him and his wife came in, and he was like, fucking bullshit, dude. I could beat that record. He got to 8, and his wife was like, we're leaving. And they left. I think maybe he got to 9, and the wife kicked him out. He was so fucked up.
That's still impressive because those things
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
frighteningly
I'm
strong.
I'm a 3 hard AF seltzer guy, and it's bedtime. Speaking of,
Yeah, I think that's about all I can manage when I drink them too. You know, another thing that was a lot of fun from last year is when the good old honorable dirtbag came into town. We took him out to Fraser's. That was a lot of fun. So shout out to
That was
Scotty.
dope.
Scotty, that was a good time. I hope you come back and visit sometime soon.
yeah, and God
uh,
bless Scotty dropping cash in the chats every goddamn show. You son of a bitch.
God bless that man.
Yeah.
And
I
also
think
got
he's
to
gonna
hang
be
out
a cop
with.
one day, so we'll get some perks once he's a cop.
Oh, thank God. He'll let me sneak into the evidence locker and steal some stuff.
Yeah, we need drugs.
Ideally, if he really cares about us, he'll let me break into the evidence locker.
Yep.
So
Sorry,
we
I'm
also got
burping
to-
a lot 'cause I'm slamming seltzers.
You can direct it away from the mic, maybe. We also got to hang out with the desert hippie, good old Jake.
Yeah, Jake was on the show. That was a cool episode. Weird episode because didn't we like have to re-record or something?
Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah,
what happened.
that was the
but
one we were like 30
had a-
minutes in and
had a
there was
false
just
start
no
for some
audio
reason.
or yeah, I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. It could have had something to do with the amount that we were drinking that night, or at
Yeah.
the very least, that influenced it.
I got a couple messages. Either it was messages to me or there were comments on YouTube or something that was a couple people's favorite episode. So
Really?
yeah, I don't remember it, so I'm glad people liked it.
Yeah, they were probably all messages from Jake.
It's
Yeah, but
secret,
when-
yeah, multiple accounts.
Made a bunch of sock puppet accounts. You should have Jake on the show again. Yeah, that was a lot of fun having him in town. He went out and he did open mic at Creek and Cave, and just walked up there like he owned the place. Which I don't have the balls to go up and do an open mic. You have to be a madman to do that shit.
And homeboy with the curly hair, Chody.
Alec.
Yeah, Alec.
Yeah, I've got some
we
hazy
kinda went
memories
through-
of hanging out
We
with
kind of
Alec.
did this on Thanksgiving, dude. We kind of did this on Thanksgiving, giving props to the fans and the listeners and our friends. So I don't know if we
Yeah,
should.
well-
We don't have to do it again.
Well, let's
don't
not
owe
talk
them
about
till
the
next
listeners anymore.
Thanksgiving.
Let's talk about some of our
Yeah,
favorite
fuck the
episodes from
listeners,
last
dude.
year.
You know what I mean? Like, kind of like fuck them, you know? Like, I'm not doing it for them.
How dare you? How dare you say that?
Like, I don't
No,
care
we
if
love-
anyone's listening to this.
We love all of our listeners. We're nothing without them. I do.
Okay. I did
I
too.
appreciate the fact that they care about something silly that I'm doing. But so
So
thinking
this
of
is
all
a
the
recap
episodes,
episode?
yeah, recap. We talked about
what
this
did
before
you-
we started recording.
What did you learn from 2022, Coop? Anything? What did you should make a list of what the show. God, you're so unprepared. If I were you and I was trying to make a show for this, I would have made a list of everything that the show taught everyone else.
And give people no reason to go back and listen to the episodes.
Well, no, if you want, well, you say like in this episode we learned this. If you want to know the details, go listen to it.
Well, it just so happens that we're going to be talking about some of those episodes here in a little bit, Joel. I might be a little bit more prepared than you expected.
Do we have a sponsor?
Yes, we do. We actually have a new sponsor for this episode, and that sponsor is Fume. Be smart, don't start. Kick the habit, put it out before it puts you out. All phrases we've heard 100 times, yet we still continue to have bad habits. Our sponsor for this episode is Fume, and Fume is on a mission to accelerate humanity's breakup from the bad habits that consume far too many of us. Fume is a natural diffusive device that uses plants and behavioral science to help you trade out your negative habit for a more positive one.
Yeah.
Fume is not a vape. It's a non-electronic device designed to transform your negative habits. Instead
Like
of pods
vapes.
filled with potentially harmful chemicals like a vape, Fume uses cores infused with plants like peppermint
Love
and
cores.
cinnamon for delicious natural flavors.
I love delicious things.
With an adjustable airflow dial and a magnetic end cap, your fingers will always have something to always do.
Fuck. That's
The easiest way.
That's good. Actually,
Yeah.
though. I was
Well,
kind
they
of playing around, but that's actually good.
they mentioned that they're using behavioral science, and that really is a big part of it.
Yeah.
The easiest way to stop a bad habit is to switch to a positive one, and Fume is designed perfectly to do just that. It's Fume's goal to make switching easy and even enjoyable. They have thousands of 5-star reviews from people just like you who've successfully switched when other solutions just didn't work. Head to tryfume.com and use code ICONO, ICONO, to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. The Journey Pack comes with 3 unique flavors and the new version 2 Fume to help you kickstart your positive habits. That's tryfume, TRYFUM.com, and use promo code ICONO to save an additional 10% off your order today.
Yeah. Switch that habit, yo.
I'm looking forward to trying one of those soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so of 20...
When I was trying to transition from a man to a woman...
That's the way
we don't have to talk about it.
Kicked your habit of having a penis?
Yeah. Like, you got 2 options here. You either keep sucking on that cigarette or you start sucking D. You know?
There are literally no other options.
Yep.
That's an objective truth.
You take a dash from my cash. Is that ass that I'm blasting?
So, gun to your head, first thought that comes to mind, what was your favorite episode of 2022?
Episode 100. I already said that.
Episode 100. Yeah, you did already say that.
What was yours?
I've got a few because
I can't
really
remember
liked,
what episodes were in. I can only think of all of them.
The Untold Story of Mullets with Lastro Lopez. That was in 2022. That was a really fun episode. I love having that guy on the show. We also did the Relics episode with Ghost. So shout out to Ghost. Brought us a big box
everything.
Of historic artifacts. Yeah, that he may or may not have had a hand in stealing from museums.
Did you sell them all, Coop?
Nope. No, I still
have
them.
I want my fucking fair share.
You'll get it. They're all sitting in that beautiful box that he gave us.
You keep saying that, but you don't bring any of the stuff that's mine.
You get the dinosaur poop.
Yeah. Will you bring it next time you come to Austin?
Okay.
Yeah. I want to take another lick on that. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a dinosaur turd?
I don't know. I never make it without biting. You should probably ask Mr. Owl.
Move your house to the lee of the stone.
Well, that was an episode that we did last year also. We did the rodent utopia.
The mice, that mice shit.
A paradise for rats. That was a good episode. That's
a scary episode.
We had what 3 or 4 episodes with listeners last year because we had the Relics episode that Ghost was on. We did Hugh Hefner with Ruben fucking Snyder.
Ooh, that was fun.
Got the best voice in the business.
Don't know if that's our best episode, but that was a really fun night with we had like Krager's was there, Big Dick Danoff was in there. Who else was there? There was Reed. Like 6 prostitutes.
Don't talk about our
Little
listeners
Weenie,
like that.
Little Weenie was there.
Lil Weenie was there. Lil Weenie got arrested that night.
Yep. God bless him.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, we had Jake the Desert Hippie on the show last year. I think last year we had David Klein on also.
God
for
damn.
our
our
UFO episode. Yeah. Yeah, I
like
like having listeners on the show. Most likely.
I think he's an alien that's trying to say, nope, there's not aliens, they're just drones. Because they're covering
nobody's
up their own shit.
Nobody is that calm and collected all the time because that guy is just cool as a cucumber all the time.
And he's shaped like a cucumber as well.
So let's see. Yeah, we already talked about the Great American Bender, episode 100 that we did with Jesse and Jack, which, I think that's one of my favorite episodes from last year also. That creating that episode and then recording that episode was so much fun. And Jack's performance as Benjamin Franklin is
great.
Is the greatest thing that I've seen since Daniel Day-Lewis playing Bill the Butcher.
Yeah. I actually watched that on my own on YouTube just to like relive how fun that night was. And I've also listened to the audio all the way through. And to be honest, I can't tell which is better. Like, I mean, obviously seeing Jack and Jesse perform the presidents is fucking amazing, but also
like acting out their parts.
Yeah, when you listen to the audio with all the sound effects and shit that we put in, and it leaves more to your imagination. So anyway, if you haven't listened to that episode or watched it, do it, because it's fucking, I don't know, it's a good time. It's a great, you probably have to be high or drunk, but it's so much fun. It's just so much fucking fun.
You don't have to be, but it definitely helps.
Yeah. What else we got, Coop? What the fuck else? What are the top shows? What are the top shows we ever did?
Top shows. Yeah, let's get into the top shows now. Well, number 1 and 2 are pretty obvious. That is
Joshy?
Vikings Part 1 and Vikings Part 2 with Josh Barnett.
Oh, fucking.
And
hands down, that's our best episode. I should have said that from the beginning.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it,
we didn't say best episode.
It was so much fun to record.
Well, it was just like, I remember, I mean, he fucking knows, that dude is fucking smart, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a modern day Renaissance man.
He's a murderer. Dude, he just fought in Japan like a week ago.
I saw pictures of that, and
he beat the shit out of somebody.
Laid that guy out. He's been
partying in Japan, giving people his Warbringer whiskey, which I recommend you buying online. Go to joshbarnett.com and order some Warbringer whiskey. It's fucking good.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for another bottle, but that stuff's always on back order. You gotta wait in line for it because it's that good.
There is a waiting list though. You can get on it.
Get on the waiting list now.
But yeah, dude, Josh, it's so cool. Just the way he is, like his respect for like dorky dudes like us. He loves movies. He loves video games. He loves murdering people, violence. He also loves peace, harmony. He's super fucking smart. He knows a little bit about he knows a lot about everything. Fucking dude, it's crazy.
He's one of those people that can carry on a conversation about any topic.
Why doesn't he have a podcast? I don't understand.
He has insight into any topic you bring up. He is going to have.
He knows something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to have something intelligent to say about it.
Even if he doesn't know. Well, I haven't even had a conversation with him where he didn't know something about something, but like, just his outlook. Like, you can know a lot and be a complete cunt, and I don't give a fuck about what you know. He has a really positive, well, it's unique and positive. He has a good outlook on life.
He does. I have a huge amount of respect for Josh.
He has respect for a lot of people that are, in my opinion, way lesser than him. But the fact that he considers me a friend and considers us friends with him, it just, I don't know. I don't deserve to have cool friends like that. It's like having a scientist as a friend.
And what was so cool is not only did he agree to come be on the show, he did 2 episodes with us when initially we just discussed doing 1 episode.
Yeah.
He brought us a bottle of his whiskey, his Warbringer whiskey, which was amazing, and we polished off almost the entire bottle over the course of the episode. I think we might have finished. Yeah, we finished the whole bottle between the 3 of us over the course of the 2 episodes. And then after that, he gives us tickets to his wrestling event, and we get to go hang out with him backstage at the wrestling event.
That was fucking awesome.
We went with Adam Hester from the Skeleton Factory podcast. That trip was so much fun. The drive up there was fun.
That's a good transition. Any episode with fucking Adam is always a good time. Like an episode with Adam is like Iconoblast, but with cum.
He has coined like every popular one-liner from Iconoblast podcast on the handful of episodes that he was on.
Yeah, we need to have him back on.
Yeah, we got to have him back on soon for sure. So
I don't think we can really have guests until we start figuring out our pattern. Get you back out here once a week.
yeah,
We'll
we'll
get that
be
figured out
working.
soon.
Yeah, we'll be working that out. I've got a currently undisclosed project that I'm working on right now. That's using up a lot of my time, but I'll be getting back
Hey,
out
but
to
that's
Austin on a
good.
regular basis soon.
That's called money, baby.
Yep.
Because time is money, and money is time, and I ain't got time to be fucking around. Homeless man in Vegas said that to me once.
So Vikings Part 1 and 2 were
I would
the
say that's
first
our
and
best
second
episode.
most popular episode.
I think it's
Or
our
first-
best episode with Josh. My
Best two
favorite is
episodes,
episode
yeah.
100, but I think that the Josh episodes are our best work
Yeah.
because
yeah, I
we
think
didn't
so
do
too.
the work and he did all the work.
I know. I loved that eventually I was just like, I don't need any of these notes because Josh knows all
But
this
that's
stuff.
the
and
skill. A good host knows when to shut the fuck up, and I feel like, I mean, Josh was on Joe Rogan. When you listen to that, it's all about fighting. It's very specific what they were talking about. They never talked about video games. They never talked about Vikings. They never talked about movies in detail like we did. Like, Josh he talked about fucking D&D and fucking Magic the Gathering and, like, Pokemon cards and shit. You know, like, I think that we let Josh feel comfortable being the fucking dork that he is. So that was not to suck our own dicks, but I think we were good hosts on that, and people got to see a side of Josh you don't normally get to see.
Yeah, those episodes turned out really, really well, and quite honestly, we blew Joe Rogan out of the water.
I would say so. There's actually some comments that say that our episode was better than the one on Joe Rogan. So yeah, fuck you, Joe.
Hell yeah. Yeah, what's up now, Joe? So what do you think episode number 3 is? Third most popular episode of 2022.
I would probably. Oh fuck! Has Jesse not been on the show? Because I would say, anytime you have Jesse on the show, it's your most popular show. But maybe we didn't. Did we not have her on in the last year?
Well, the last time that we had
episode
Jesse
100.
on the show, episode 100, and then we also did John McAfee with her. Or did we do McAfee
Yeah, but that
or
was
John Lennon
first
first?
year. We did John Lennon and McAfee in the first year, didn't we? Because they
We-
were only a few episodes apart.
We had her on for the Valentine's Day special,
Oh,
but that wasn't in the top 5.
well, because it's a Valentine's Day show.
What does that have to? Jesse was there.
No one
It
gives
should
a
be in the
shit
top
about
5.
these fucking. I think we need to get off of this chain. No more Christmas shows. When it's Christmas season, we talk about space. When it's Valentine's Day, we talk about
Space.
dildos. Yeah, we talk about space whenever there's a holiday. That should be the rule. It's a history show, and then whenever there's a holiday, we go into the future. I like that
So
idea.
the third most popular episode for 2022, third most popular episode of our history podcast was Incest Confessions.
A fucking
wasn't
bedtime
history.
story.
It was just reading entries from r/incest confessions, which was recommended by a listener. And it turned out to be absolutely amazing.
I can't listen to it. It's pretty creepy.
Well, I mean, by amazing, it's just so ridiculous. And it got so popular.
So we have to do another one? Incest Confessions Part 2?
I'm assuming we probably do at some point. I think that
mean,
we
if
have
it's-
like a
if it's dropping, if it's popular, you got to give the people what they want.
we've got an unspoken agreement with our listeners that if they like something, we got to keep doing more of that until they stop liking it.
Yeah,
But I mean
that's
it was
fucking
a,
that.
it was a
you know
fun
what?
episode. It was a funny episode.
No,
The
I
content
think
was weird, but towards
that means
the end,
our
it got a
listeners are
little fun.
fucked up. That means it's fucked up. We have some fucked up listeners.
They've been listening to this show for over 100 episodes. Yes, we have fucked up listeners. I could tell you that without Incest Confessions.
Incest Confessions was number 3 for the year.
Number
You
3.
fucking perverts.
Number 3 for 2022. All of you sick bastards out there. So
Fucking perverts, dude.
We will be giving you some more incest confessions at some point this year. Maybe that'll be our Valentine's Day show this year.
Yeah.
Incest
Oh, yeah.
Confessions Part 2.
Fuck yeah! It's December is Space Month, and then every other holiday is an incest confession. I'm down
That's
for
how
that.
that's how we
For
celebrate
this
our
year,
holidays around here.
we're gonna try that this year. Are you down?
Okay, for 2023, every single holiday is going to be an incest confession show.
That's what we'll title it: Easter incest confessions, Christmas incest confessions. Maybe we'll find ancestral stories that happened on holidays. If not, who cares? But we'll still title them that way.
So that's something that everybody has to look forward to for 2023 is more incest confessions.
I can't believe that. I was worried that was going to be like the end of the show when we decided to do that. That we'd get like a lot of hate or people would be pissed, but it's the third most listened to. Fucking hell.
I know. I was a little nervous about it at first also, but it was worth it. It turned out that's why you got to take risks in life. You take those risks because you never know when it's going to pay off. And boy, howdy, did Incest Confessions pay off. So yeah, third most popular episode of the year, Incest Confessions. Number 4,
Sick
I think is
fucks.
also. I think the fourth most popular episode of the year is going to surprise you. You know, I probably should have done this in reverse order, like counting down like a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no,
what do you think? What do you think number 4 was? The number 4 most popular episode of 2022.
No idea.
It was Jimmy Page
Oh, with Boston Joe.
with good old Boston Joe. That was our 4th most popular episode of the year, and
I
that
will
was
say he had some good writing. He did a good job writing that show.
dude. He did a good job writing the show. He's an excellent guest, and he is so fast on his feet. Like he was wisecracking the whole time. I mean, it's kind of
Do you have a
expected.
lisp now? Why you have a lisp?
Why do you keep asking if I'm lisping? I haven't been lisping.
You're rolling your S's now. He was so fast on his feet. That's what you just said.
I said he's so fast on his feet. I don't have a lisp.
Okay. Are you?
Well,
San
I'm getting
Antonio's turning
paranoid.
you gay, dude. Austin started it, and now you're full gay.
Austin started it, and San Antonio was going to
It's
finish
not a
it.
bad thing. It's just surprising, is all.
Really, Joel? You're that surprised? Or are you surprised that
Actually,
it took
no.
so long?
I am surprised it took so long.
Yeah, when Boston Joe was in town and we did that Jimmy Page episode, that was a shitload of fun because after we finished recording the episode, the 3 of us stayed at the studio until like 5 o'clock in the morning just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were talking about like pyramids
other
and
and-
ancient astronauts and aliens
His
and
big,
lost
beautiful blue
civilizations.
eyes.
And yeah, I kind of brought that up one too many times. I think
I
that
thought
I
it was
making
cool
him
how he could
uncomfortable.
like blow you and still talk at the same time and still without it being muffled, you know?
Perfectly eloquently. It was like there wasn't a single penis in his mouth. I don't know
Jimmy
how he
Page
does
is a pedophile.
it. Yep, Jimmy Page is a full-blown pedophile, and I
if you
feel
wanna
bad
know
saying
the
that because
details-
I know that Boston Joe is a fan of Jimmy Page's music.
Dude,
Not a
ever
fan of his
since that
pedophilia.
episode, every time since that episode, because he posts a picture of Jimmy Page once a week in a story or something with Led Zeppelin, every time I just write pedo. Every time.
Maybe that's why I stopped getting messages from him.
Every time he posts anything, I just write he's a pedophile or pedo or something because I won't listen to them. I won't praise anyone who fucks kids. I just can't. I don't really give a shit about
Did
how
you stop listening
quote
to
unquote
Michael
great
Jackson?
of an artist. No, because none of that was proven.
Okay, true.
And the only thing that
was a well-known
people are
fact
upset
that
about
Jimmy
is
Page
that
was banging Lori Maddox.
yeah, and hearsay from kids who are adults now said that he never touched him. He just made them spread their assholes.
Oh,
Did you
thank
not
God.
see the documentary?
I can listen to Michael Jackson again.
Well, that's what they say in the doc. Like the guy is literally like, he seems full of shit to me, but he's like, yeah, he never fucked me, but like he would like make me stand on the other side of the room, bend over, and spread my butt cheeks, and then he would jerk off on the other side of the room.
Oh, I thought he was going to play like a game of darts or something.
I don't know. I just don't believe any of it. I don't think he ever fucked any kids. So I still listen to Michael. If it was true and it was even just somewhat believable to me at all, I would never listen to his shit again. I don't have a problem with that.
What about R. Kelly? You still listen to R. Kelly?
I never did.
Yeah, trick question. Nobody listens to R. Kelly.
Yeah, sorry. What's his name? Bill? No, not Bill.
Boston
Joe. Bill Boston. Same shit. Sorry,
sound
Boston
exactly
Joe,
the
but
same.
your idols fucks kids, and you're okay with that, and that makes you fucked up, in my opinion.
I don't think that he's okay with it.
Yeah, he is.
No, we discussed that on the show that he's not okay with it.
Post pictures of pedophiles on your story, then, and pretend like that's okay. Would you post a picture of a pedophile?
Does a selfie count?
Yeah. You have a selfie with Jimmy Page?
No.
Boston Joe, I'm kidding, man. You can like whoever you want, even if they fuck kids. I don't care. Just don't fuck any kids, man.
So last but not least, the number 5 most popular episode. You have any guess?
No, because I don't know what year anything was. Probably, well, definitely not a Julius Caesar episode.
Yeah, the only Julius Caesar episodes we did in 20... wait,
We haven't
Did
done
we?
any.
none in 2022? Cleopatra was 2021?
I don't know, but that's a Cleopatra episode.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't a Caesar
I
episode.
think you need
That
to
was
do a
Cleopatra
new
episode.
Caesar episode. It'd be a good follow-up because the Romans are, well, it's not, this is, what, 1,000 years after Caesar, the story I'm telling, but it's still the Roman Empire technically, but it's the ones you don't like, right?
Oh, what, Eastern Roman Empire?
I don't know. It's the later, I mean, it's when they start losing a lot of the time.
Ew, yeah, that wasn't the Roman Empire. That's the fake Roman Empire.
Well,
That's-
there's still Roman
that's
emperors. They call it the Catholic Roman Empire or something. by
Roman
this time.
Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Yeah, that era is like the spoiled heir of the Roman Empire. It took all the power and influence and wealth that the good Roman Empire built up and then just squandered
Rich
it
kid.
away.
Rich
Yeah.
kid stuff. I think you could do a Caesar episode after the episode I'm writing. It would kind of flow together. I think the people missed some heavy learning episodes. It's been a while. We've been kind of, floating along.
I wouldn't mind getting back into some Roman history. That's always been my favorite era of history.
Yeah, I need it, to be honest. I miss the episodes of when I would pretend like I didn't give a fuck, but then it would actually be so interesting that I was like, you were actually like a good teacher in teaching us all the ways of the past.
The ways of the past.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's many ways of the past that you actually want to learn. We've kind of made most of them taboo.
The fifth episode is probably the quest for the Holy Grail.
You're right. No, it's not.
I think that's the least liked episode, to be honest.
The 5th most popular episode of 2022 was Mike Tyson Part 2.
Nice.
Which Mike Tyson Part 1, actually no, Bill Schofield wrote Part 1 and Part 2, didn't he? But we couldn't record Part 2 with him.
Yeah, we got to a certain point, I think, and then he had to go or something, and then we did the rest on our own.
Yeah, he was a guest on Mike Tyson Part 1, but
And he wrote it.
for him, Mike Tyson Part 2 beat it out.
Yeah. Well, that's
Just like Mike Tyson did to Robin Givens.
Well, Part 2 was like the reconciliation episode, right? Like the first one was kind of like all the fucked up shit he did, and then the second one was like how he's become a prophet in a way.
Yeah, he's turned into like a warrior monk.
Yeah.
His temperament is so vastly different than it was when he was in his 20s. And, he's like trying to fight reporters and shit. Now he's like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, but then like I think 3 months after that episode he like beat the shit out of a kid on a plane.
That kid had it coming.
He put up with way more than Mike Tyson would ever put up with. And
Yeah, that shows how much he's grown over the years.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I love Mike Tyson. Big fan.
Those were the top 5 episodes of 2022, and those were,
Okay.
Also some of my favorite episodes. There's plenty of honorable mentions. I mean, put out quite a few episodes last year, but all in all, they're all my favorite episode. They're all like my children. I can't choose between any of them, but realistically, I do have a favorite. I just don't like to tell the other ones that I have a favorite because I don't want to make them feel bad that they're a disappointment.
They're all like my children too, Coop, except because I don't know any of their names and I don't know where any of them are or what year they were born.
They're like your children because you have vague memories of all of them.
Yeah. So what's going to happen? What's the plan for this year?
The plan for this year, well, we have been.
You have any hot topics in mind?
I have a list of things that I would like to do episodes about. I haven't picked any of them out yet because, like I said, I've been working on this other project. But this is
You don't care about us anymore.
That is absolutely not the case. If I didn't care anymore, I wouldn't be doing this right now.
I just feel like you don't care about us.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
Us. No.
Get
all
your
of us.
emotions under control.
There's 3,000 of us per
Okay,
episode.
well that sounds like a you guys problem, not a me problem. But yeah, like you were saying earlier, we did spend some time thanking everybody at the end of last year. Was that right around the
Thanksgiving?
Was that the last episode that we did of the year?
No,
Yeah,
we did the last
we
one
did
of
the
the year.
space
We did
episodes, yeah.
3 space episodes after Thanksgiving, Coop. What the hell's wrong with
Hey
you?
man, 2022 was a wild ride. I'm still in the process of recovering from it. So I don't want to be a downer because I think realistically it might have been one of the worst years of my life.
Yeah. You went through some people know about it. We talked vaguely about it here and there on the show, but you've had a pretty rough year. Seems like it's coming back around.
Changes.
Some chitty chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang. Ruben drink.
But yeah, we do have another. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Arnold drinking game. That's something else we were discussing earlier. We don't say nearly as much culturally insensitive stuff, and I feel like that's
It's
a
the
good
topic.
thing, but it's a bad thing.
No, it's fucking bullshit. We need to get back to like we've done nothing but talk about cool, happy, fun things for a long time. We need to put some people on blast like we used to, or at least have some controversial topics. Like we should do fucking Martin Luther King soon, or we should do.
We are
like-
supposed to do a Martin Luther King episode with Dan Holloway.
Yeah, we should do some fucking dangerous topics. We should break down some walls. We got nothing to lose. If we get canceled, who gives a fuck? It's a good way to go. I'd rather go down burning than like fade away like an old piece of shit loser.
Yep, Neil Young said that once. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Yeah. So let's get some.
For this
People
episode,
like the
we're,
drinking game.
we're about. Oh yeah, we'll bring that
So we
back.
need dangerous
I'm sure it's
topics.
going to come back around.
We just need to like. I mean, I can't help but be culturally insensitive if it's any topic that has to do with Chinese people or Japanese people. Because I don't consider it racist.
Because
I just love the
you can't tell
samurai
the
voice.
difference between the two.
I actually can't. But
Well, I know because you do the samurai voice no matter what. We could be talking about. Okay, drink. We could be talking about.
Drink.
We could be talking about Koreans, and
What?
you would be using the samurai voice.
Yeah. Well, because samurais are fucking awesome. I mean, what else has any... motherfucker done.
Whoa. Okay,
Drink.
everybody needs to take a few drinks for that. I think that's a slur.
Is that a racial
Isn't
slur?
it? Pretty sure it is.
Guys,
Maybe we should bleep those out, but I don't know.
who cares? No one's listening to this fucking sucking her own dick episode anyway.
All right, well then let's go ahead and wrap it up so I can head home for the night.
Is I racist?
Yes.
Okay, I'll bleep it out. So they have to guess what I'm saying.
Okay, everybody in the premiere right now,
Type in what I said.
type in what you think Joel said.
Do I
Can't
do,
wait to-
do I bleep out
can't wait
both
to see-
words or just
Bleep them both out because if you
You'll be able
if
to
you
guess.
hear one of them, you know what
what
they
if I
both
just
are.
what if I just bleep out the second word?
Wait, no, that
It's
no,
not
'cause
racist if you just say the first part.
if you're referring to a specific ethnicity of people, it is. If you're using it in a different context, then it's just a word.
Yeah. So if you
But you were
just hear
using-
if you just hear it's not racist.
Okay, but now everybody knows what it is that you said, and there's going to be no.
No,
if you don't,
I could have just
No,
I
if-
could have said that as a joke just now. But we should drink either way. Drink.
okay, drink either way, and I think you should bleep them all out so everybody can guess what you're saying.
I might be saying butterflies.
Maybe.
I didn't know that was racist. It's like saying round eyes. Or saying brown skins. Is that racist now?
I don't,
Yellow?
I don't
Yellow
even fucking know anymore, man. Sometimes I feel like my grandpa wandering around saying things that I think are okay, and everybody gets
are that.
offended, and I'm like, well, shit. Back in my day, we used to be able to say that.
Yeah. Like you can say
Except I don't say anything nearly as bad as the shit my grandpa used to say. That's for damn
you can't
sure.
say, look at those folk. But you can say, oh, look, a person of color.
Yep, and that is ridiculous.
Yeah. Do I have to bleep that out too?
Fuck, I don't even know, dude. We'll just tell
Color me
everybody
blue and fuck me sideways.
to okay, drink. I don't even know who that's racist towards, but I know it's racist.
They're so the Na'vi are blue, and in the third Avatar, spoiler, I know something no one knows. There's gonna be a fire Na'vi, and they're
There's
gonna
going to be
fight
red
each other,
Smurfs.
and they're gonna hate each other because they're
Holy
racist.
Shit. God, he is just hitting all the cultural high points.
Yeah. What makes the red man red? Drink. That's a song from fucking Peter Pan.
Was it? I don't remember that. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah,
but I
Peter
think bef-
Pan when they first visit
I
the.
think I think before you say anything else that's going to get us in trouble, we can just go ahead and wrap up this episode, or else you're going to be spending a whole bunch of time bleeping out a bunch of racial slurs. Joel,
I'm gonna have to anyway. I hate
you have
that
to-
whole thing, dude. I don't have.
you have to do it for all the other shows on the network. Adding one more to it isn't bad.
Yeah, I'm not a racist person. I just don't give a shit that much about anything. I don't care more about anyone or less about anyone based off how they look. So all that shit just seems like a bunch of mumbo jumbo to me. I don't really give a fuck. But
There
if you say the wrong
is-
thing, you get killed. You know.
There is a very, very talented and wonderful poet and musician whose name is Tom Araya, and he's the lead singer of a band called Slayer. And in the song God Hates Us All, he says something that I think is beautiful and something that we should all live by, and that is, I hate everyone equally. You can't take that away from me. It's not the color of
Marilyn
the skin.
Manson.
It's-
Marilyn
it has
Manson also
nothing to
has
do
a
with the
similar
color of
song.
nothing to do with the
You know the
color of the
song?
skin. Everybody's a piece of shit.
Yeah, the
So
national
technically,
hate anthem.
we're all brown on the inside because we're all pieces of shit.
Hey, drink. That was racist. Poop is
so
not brown, okay? How dare you judge a turd for the color of its skin? For some people, that smells good.
Well, everybody likes the smell of their own farts. Nobody can lie
I
to me and
hate
say
the
they
smell
don't.
of my farts.
Bullshit.
Sometimes they smell. No.
You've
Sometimes they smell
convinced
good.
yourself that you hate the smell of your own farts
I
because
have
that's what
literally-
society wants you to think. Society has fart shamed you.
I have farts sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And sometimes I literally will gag off of my own farts.
Oh God, depending on what I eat, sometimes I'll fart so bad I feel like I need to call my mom.
When's the last time you shit your pants? Last thing before 2023 begins.
What, today?
Yeah. Favorite movie of 2022?
Favorite movie of 2022? I don't know if I watched any movies that came out in 2022.
Favorite movie that you watched in 2022? Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. I did watch. I watched All Quiet on the Western Front, the new one on Netflix.
Never heard
it
of
was
it.
really good. I definitely recommend it if you want to check it out. It's probably the best World War I movie out there right now.
Who's your favorite actor of 2022? Nicolas Cage.
No.
What was the best orgasm you had in 2022?
Yeah, God.
I don't want to talk about that. It'll bring back bad memories. What was the coolest place you jerked off in 2022? When you're laying in bed and you jerk off, where does the nut go?
I can't handle all these philosophical questions this late
Will
at
you
night.
just answer them as fast as you can?
If you nut in space, does it push you backwards?
Yes.
I guess technically it would.
I want to talk to you about video games.
Video games.
Yeah. But we could talk about it after the show.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, that's
bye.
it for this very first episode of the Iconoblast podcast. First episode of 2023 of the Iconoblast podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow me at Coop Nukem. You can follow Joel at Joel R. Benner. Don't forget to go to shop.drinkinbros.com and search for Iconoblast, and you can find all of our hot new merch. I'm actually wearing one of our shirts right now.
There's no video on this episode, Coop, so showing that right now didn't do anything.
I was showing it to you, Joel. That was for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's it like wearing yourself on your own shirt?
I hadn't even thought of it until I had to go to an Apple store the other day to get a computer, and it was in a mall down in San Antonio. And as I was walking through the mall, I was just kind of looking around, and then I realized, like, oh shit, I'm wearing a shirt that has my face on it. I look like a fucking moron.
I don't think people would know right away.
I don't think anybody noticed, but I still felt like a moron.
Like, you look handsome and beautiful in the drawing, and now you're just like an old piece of shit in comparison. So they probably think it's your son.
The drawing's fake.
You could say, no, you've changed.
Yeah, I've definitely changed.
Just tell people it's your son.
I aged 5 years in 2022, at least 5 years.
Me too, dude. I have white hair now.
You've had gray hair since
Well,
I've
I've had
known you.
gray, but now I'm like fully gray. And I wasn't fully gray when we left. Dude, if you look at pictures of us right before we moved, we were making the video game and shit. It doesn't even look, in comparison to now,
Yeah.
the hair. You're like, fuck. Like our intro, if you watch the intro to our show that we recorded the day we left.
Texas has ridden us hard and put us away wet.
Yep. Steers and queers, baby. Drink.
All right, everybody. We will see you next week. And until then, this is the Iconoblast Podcast. My name is Matt Cooper.
I'm Joe Benner.
And that's Joel Benner. And we're reminding you to never take anything at face value.